All right, Shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh Shem, Rakah, Kodash. A double honors to the apostles and notes, that great millstone. Today, man, we got a lesson, man. We're going to go into, man. We ain't going to make it too long. But the name of the lesson is Why Nationalities Matter, man. Okay? Because everybody want to buy into this one world idealism. And they want to say, we're all of the human race. But the Most High diversified the nations, all right? According to His word, all right? According to the word He left us with. If you believe, but a lot of people don't believe. It doesn't make it that much less legitimate, all right? But the point being that the Most High is diversified the nations, okay? And He said, the nation of Israel to rule over the nations, okay? All right, so we're going to pretty much hash it out with these scriptures, and Lord willing, you brothers be edified through the Spirit, okay? So you can go ahead, bro.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, who thou madest Lord over all thy creatures.
Yeah, all thy creatures, because all of us descend from Adam, all right? That's where they get the term evolution from, man. It denotes, it's talking about genealogy. Okay, everybody spawns from one way or another. Spawns from the seed of Adam. Okay, go ahead.
Of him come we all, okay. And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right. So Most High has chosen a people out of that what we would call the descendants of Adam. All right, go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sake.
That's right. Right. So He made the world for our sakes. Okay. And in the near future, you're gonna see that. Okay, because the Most High is gonna pretty much take which is happening now. Is taking this kingdom out, and it's gonna go out by way of thermonuclear war. Right, thermonuclear fire upon the nations of this world, okay, and He's going to establish His holy righteous kingdom, okay, and He's going to truly bring that in fruition, us being pretty much the world's being made for our sakes, okay. Go ahead.
That's just the back of what you said. This is back a couple verses. It said 6 and 8. And He said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, from Jacob, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob held first the hill of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the end that follows.
You can explain.
And also, that kingdom is coming down. Esau been ruling this kingdom, this world for a good minute. Now it's time for him to take it away. And the Lord to establish His rule. That's right. This is back in 2nd Ezra 6 and 55. All these have I spoken before thee, O Lord, thou madest the world for our sake. Yeah. As for the other people which come out of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but like unto spittle. Like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Yeah, so the other nations are as nothing, man. Okay, and that's scriptural. Okay, we can back that up. But everybody wants to say everybody's equal. Everybody's not equal, not according to the Bible. Which a lot of you Christians, a lot of you Mormon, you believe in the Bible, but y'all don't have the true understanding of the scriptures. We do, so therefore we bring out the truth. All right, in its entirety. All right, that's why we say we had 100% truth, which is, that's a true statement. Okay, we have all we need. The Lord revealed all He needed for us to know in the times that we live in. Okay, whether or not you want to believe that, our belief is based on faith. We believe in the Most High. We believe in His word. All right. Do you have something else? If not, you can just go to Sirach chapter 33. can start at the slide. You can start at the. You start at the 10th verse.
This is Sirach 33 and 10. And all men from the ground, and Adam was created on earth.
Yeah, so all men are from the ground, and Adam was created on of earth. All right, which goes into the word, goes into his name, Adama, which means from the ground. All right, all men, okay, all men that we see today are the descendants of Adam. Okay, go ahead.
And much knowledge.
In much knowledge.
It's like in much knowledge, the Lord had divided them.
Right. So the Lord had divided who? The nations that came out of Adam. All right. It's that simple. Okay. But everybody wants to buy into this one world idealism, especially you Christians. All right. That's why you had a notion that everybody can be saved, because you don't have the understanding of the scriptures. All right. We do, and therefore we're gonna bring it out. All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah, real quick. Verse 11. And much knowledge the Lord had divided them.
You back in Sirach?
Yeah.
So Sirach 33 and 11?
Yeah. And much knowledge the Lord had divided them and made their ways diverse.
Right. So the nations are diverse. And that's when you go into the cultures, that's it explains it there, man. When you look into the world's different cultures, people don't tick the same. People have different mannerisms about themselves. People have different spirits, okay? But the nation of Israel, we're peculiar people, according to Deuteronomy 7:6, which I'll get. We're peculiar people, man, all right? So that all the nations are diverse, all right? Nobody's the same, okay? Go ahead.
Some of them had he blessed and exalted, and some of them had he sanctified and set near himself.
Right, so you got nations that's blessed and exalted, and then you got nations that are sanctified, holy, which means separate, okay? That he brought near himself, okay? And let me go ahead and prove that real quick. This is Psalms chapter 147, okay? And that's why we say this book is not for everybody. Okay, because this was given to a particular people. All right, this is Psalms 147:19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes, and his and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. All right. So, hey, no other nation knows, the law, statutes, and the commandments of the Most High. But that goes back into that Sirach 33 and 11. And on down, that he had sanctified the nations and brought him near unto him, man. So you can go there. You can go ahead and finish up.
Some of them he blessed and exalted. Some of them he had sanctified and set near himself. But some of them he had cursed and brought low.
That's right.
And turned out their places.
Right. So he turned out in the places. Hey, one nation in particular is the nation of Canaan. All right, which consists of the Jebusites, the Hivites, the what else? The Hittites. Those African nations, well, Hamitic nations that were greater than us at one time. He driven them out of the land of Canaan, all right, which we call the land of Israel. All right, go ahead.
As the clay is in the potter's hand,
Yeah.
to fashion it as pleasure.
As he what?
Sorry. As the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it as his pleasure.
Right.
So is it the man.
Oh,
So man is in the hand of him that made him.
Right. So it was not up, it's not up to you nations to say, what you're saying, basically, It was up to the Most High, who, he created the world. He divided it, all right? He divided it for our sakes, the nation of Israel, okay? To basically rule over, all right? It's like I don't want to lose my train of thought. But go ahead, though.
To render to them like him best.
Right, so he rendered the nations to basically his pleasure, man, So the Most High made the nations, all right? He divided the nations. He exalted some. He made some closer to him, all right? And that's the dynamics of understanding the Most High and how he works, man. And a lot of people don't understand the Most High, so they're presumptuous in their ways, and they establish their own thoughts and ideals about nationalities and other different topics, Go ahead.
Good is set against evil, and the life against death.
Right. Yeah.
So is the godly against the sinner.
Yeah.
And the sinner against the godly.
Right. So we are, the sinners are against the godly and the godly against the sinners. The Most High set us up to be against you other nations, because ultimately we are the beacon of light. And the leaders of the nations know this. We're talking about, the preeminent ones among the other nations, especially dealing with, we'll start with the nation of Edom. They know who we are. They came against us with one consent, according to Psalms 83, man, so they can blot out our name forever. And they know this, Go ahead.
So look upon all the works of the Most High, and they're all two and two, one against another. I wakes up last of all.
Yep. So that's pretty much it. Deuteronomy 32 and 8. And I got this Sirach 17 and 17. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 17, verse 17. It says, "For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion." All right? So the Most High, we belong to Yahweh, all right? And the world calls God, all right? And, Yahweh Shai, that's his son, he is a descendant, and we're descendants from them, man, from their line, okay? So we have a ruler, all right? We're not supposed to be ruling, we're not supposed to be ruled by any other nation but our own, okay? And it's the same for all nations, okay? No matter how diverse they are, they're supposed to have their own kind ruling over them, all right? But now here in America, we have the so-called white man ruling over us. We go to them for loans, okay? We go to their school systems, okay? And we are judged by their rule of law, and their politics rule the nation, Just because you got black people in politics doesn't mean it's of us. That's an establishment that's a system that was established a long time ago, okay? And it's not for you so-called Negroes, okay? That system was set up to oppress and to keep you on a low level in society, all right? Which furthermore proves that we're not supposed to be under this system, all right? Everybody Everybody think that we, if we get into politics and become more, if we have more doctors, more lawyers. No, we need to be, we need to come from under this establishment, this rulership of the so-called white man, his system that he created us to be ruled under. All right. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam.
Right, so he separated the sons of Adam. Okay? And you got people now today saying, oh, God ain't no separatist, God is not. This proves that the Most High is racist. All right, because he pretty much chose a peculiar nation out of the world, out of all the nations in the world, he chose one, okay, unto himself. So this proves that the Most High is racist. All right, and racist means that you're for your own people, you're for your own kind. All right, go ahead.
When the Most High divided the nations in their inheritance, he separated the sons of Adam. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Right. So once again, there you go. So he set the bounds according to the number of the children of Israel. All right. So he set the nations up to pretty much serve us, all right? And he retrofitted the nations to pretty much serve us, okay? Because we are the living God. I mean, well, we are the gods of the earth. I guess you can say that. They say that in Black consciousness world, all right? But when you want to really break it down, the nations are supposed to be looking up to us as an example, because we are that beacon of light. As we see today, we are the leading influence in the world, especially in the entertainment world. We don't get too much praise in the scientific world because they don't come out with the information about us, being innovators and leading the technology world, But we are the leaders of pretty much this society, man, Well, not this current one, but we're supposed to be the leading rulers.
For the Lord's portion is his people.
That's right. Okay, go ahead. My bad, Slide.
He found him in the desert land, and he found him in the desert land.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Amos 3:1. Let me just make sure we all.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel,
Right.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known, all the families of the earth.
Right, so you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Okay? So the Most High only deals with the nation of Israel. All right? He doesn't deal with the other nations. And that's why, you have Esau pretty much, he's become the adversary, and he's trying to, rid us of that memory, He's trying to rid the Most High out of our thoughts, man. Because he wants us to worship him. That's why he put himself up as, Jesus Christ. He put himself up as, all the disciples, so we can praise him. And really, we're not supposed to praise him. We're supposed to praise the Heavenly Father. All right? Go ahead.
Hear the words which the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against all the families which I have brought forth out of the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore will I punish you for all of your iniquities.
And that's why we were here. That's why we had to suffer slavery. All right, because he punished us for all of our iniquities. All right. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 5 verses 24. It says, "And of all lands of the whole world thou hast chosen one pit." Well, should I just put it on silence, huh? All right, so it says, back in 2nd Esdras chapter 5 verse 24, it says, and of all lands of the whole world thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily. All right, and it says and of all the depths of the sea thou hast filled thee one river, and of all builded cities thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself. All right, and Zion represents the nation of Israel. Okay, let's see. It says, verse 26, "And of all fowls that are created thou hast named thee one dove, and of all the cattle that are made thou hast provided thee one sheep. And among all the multitudes of peoples thou hast gotten thee one people. And unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all." All right. So the Most High deals with one nation, man. All right, and He only gave that law to them. All right. So pretty much the other nations are lawless, you know. All right. So let me see. Sirach chapter 13, verse 15. Then I'll get this. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 6. You know, and these are all basic scriptures. You know. So it says Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." All right. So you got the nation of Israel, which that's us, and we're above all the nations. Okay. So there's an order, you know, of power that that the Lord has given the nations. Us being at the top, all right? And in the kingdom to come, there's going to be taskmasters set up over the other nations, all right? Of the nation of whom we choose to be pretty much that's, you know, the most capable, you know? Go ahead.
This is Sirach 13 and 15. "Shalt thou lead thy travelers, and thou travailest unto another, and the laborers to be divided by lot?"
Sirach 13, 15. Ecclesiastes 13, 15.
Yeah, that's right. 15.
Let me see, make sure.
Sorry, that's 15. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna close out after this one.
This is Sirach 13 and 15. "Every beast that loveth his like, every man loveth his neighbor."
All right, so every beast loveth his like. All right, and every Shalaki, read that last part again.
"Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor."
Right, meaning his neighbor is pretty much his brother. His neighbor is of the same tribe. All right, and lineage. Okay, go ahead.
"All flesh consulted according to its kind,
Right.
and a man will cleave unto his wife."
Right, so it says all flesh consorted according to kind. All right, so the nations they assort to their own their own kind of people, man. You know, the same people with the same mannerisms. All right, that's why the nations are divided. You you know, because they have their own manner and they have their own culture. All right? Go ahead.
All flesh consults it according to his kind, and a man will cleave unto his like. What fellowship had a wolf with a lamb?
Right, so, and consort is pretty much marriage, all right? So that's why the Lord said don't marry out of your, you know, pretty much out of your nation, all right? Don't marry another, you know, pretty much another woman from another nation, all right? Which, you know, you have concubines, but then you have wives, all right? Concubines are what the modern term today is like a sex slave, all right? Go ahead.
But what fellowship had a wolf with a lamb?
Right.
So the sinner with the godly.
Right.
What
right. And the sinner is who? Pretty much you nations. Well, you nations, like I said, you're lawless, all right? Well, we're the godly people, man, all right? And according to the law, which is a standard, which is going to be the law of the land in the near future, these, you know, the Bible, the commandments, hey, you're the sinners, man, the heathen nations. You know, you so-called white people, you Japanese, you Chinese, you Arabs, you know, Africans, those that be Hamitic, you know, because you got Africans that are Shemitic, all right? You know, and those on the west coast of Africa, some are in, you know, South Africa, you know. But the Lord divided us and made us diverse, man. Go ahead.
What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? As the wild ass and the lion's prey in the wilderness, so rich eat up the poor. So rich eat up the poor, as the proud hated the humility, so that the rich avoid the poor.
All right. Now, you know, it's pretty much going into something, but it shows you a dynamic. All right. Now, the dynamic is that every man, you know, deals with their man the same kind of people, you know, and you know, and it shows you that the scriptures go against the idealism of the New World Order, okay, which the Christians, y'all have the same idealism as the New World Order, okay, and you've been gypped into believing that, all right. You know, and with that, you know, pretty much close out. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakar Kodash. Lord willing, brothers is edified. A double honor to apostles and those that great millstone. And we signing off. Shalom.
So